Hello people of YouTube and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're neither gonna be looking at a Transformer nor a Lego set. Today we're gonna be looking at the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challenge is Fei Long. And spoilers already, I love this figure. You are really getting your money's worth with this one, and it's actually not a lot of money when it comes to that. He's only like 25 bucks. I got him for 20 because he was on discount, and that's just a snatch because this guy is just awesome. Jada Toys have really done an amazing job. They're fairly new to the whole action figure thing, I think, or well, at least they were back then when this thing came out. He's like been out for a year. I'm a bit late to the whole Jada Toys Street Fighter thing. But like, I know the entire line is great, and this guy is great, and I'm probably gonna get a lot more of these figures. But now let's actually get into the review of the figure. Looks and feel wise, Fei Long is actually like pretty damn great. I think the musculature detailing on this guy is absolutely immaculate. Jada Toys have really done a fantastic job of sculpting this guy. Like, all the muscle looks so realistic, and like, this man is built different. Look at him. It's insane. His head is, well, a bit grumpy looking, but oh my god, it's not focusing. Please. It's a bit grumpy looking, but okay. The paintwork on the eyes is pretty clean, and the hair also looks nice, and it's overall pretty nice. Moving down to the chest, you might notice that this here has some discoloration, or not discoloration, it's just a slightly different color. On camera, it's actually a lot worse than in person, but you can still also see that discoloration in person. Same also goes for the elbow joints, by the way, although, yeah, now you can see it. This is much more egregious than it is on camera, actually. In person, it's a lot worse. It's the exact opposite of the chest. But, he still looks immaculate, though. Look at those abs. Look at this man. My camera cannot decide what it wants to focus. Yeah, moving down to the pants. This part is actually made out of rubber. And you notice something? This dude doesn't have any, like, funky things going on with the legs and the crotch, because let me just get something. I got Marvel Legends Iron Man here real quick, and look at this area right here. Like, his thighs are way too skinny. That's not correct human anatomy, and they're also way too far apart. And the worst thing is you have this gap here between the actual leg and the crotch, which does not look good. This figure does this a lot better because he actually has human proportions. Just compare these two. What looks better? I think all of you say these look better, because they do. It's just an objective thing. I'm sorry, but that's just, I don't like how Marvel Legends do their legs. I'm not sure if they fixed it on recent releases, because I don't have any more recent releases than this. But yeah, I'm sorry, Tony. Anyways, yeah, like, moving down the legs, the texturing on the pants is super nice. I love that. Both on the, I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. You see that, all those little lines there? You can really feel these, and that feels really cool. It's super nice. Yeah, then you have the shoes. They're shoes, I guess. Yeah, they're nothing special, but they work. They look how they're supposed to look. By the way, I'm not sure this is like 100% accurate to his Street Fighter 2 appearance. I don't play Street Fighter, as I said, so I don't know. But he looks the part. As I said, especially in the musculature department, it looks great how they sculpted that. Also, notice that little detail. They sculpted in a vein right there. That's great. He also has a lot of dry brushing, I think, on him, which is great. Like, it makes the figure look so much so much better. Taking the price point of this figure into consideration, he also has quite a lot of accessories. The first one of those being an alternate head sculpt where he has his mouth open and you can kind of see his teeth. Also, although I prefer the other head sculpt over this one, but swapping them out is quite hard because you need to rip off the head and then push the other one on. And doing both of those things requires a lot of force. It's insane how hard that is. Then you also get a pair of two alternate open hands with like, where he's like semi pointing. I like how these look, and like posing him with these makes him a lot more dynamic. Like they look so nice. Swapping them out is also a lot easier than the heads. You literally just need to pop them out and then pop the other ones back in, but it doesn't require nearly as much force as the other ones. And as I said, they look pretty good when posing him, so I really like these things. They're great. And then finally you get his flaming kick accessory, which is a like translucent rubber piece just painted to look like fire. And yeah, it's nice, it's cool. You just need to slide it over his leg and then you can do the flaming kick, but it's a bit hard to balance him with that thing. Now the posing on this guy, it's great. And the head is actually like on two ball joints or the head itself is on one ball joint, but the neck is also on a ball joint. So you can move the head up like this, but then you can also get the neck to look up even further and then down like this. And you can tilt it side to side and rotate, and you can get all the range of motion out of that you want. It's insanely good. And you have the shoulders. First of all, you actually have butterfly joints here that don't actually look too bad. They look a lot worse on camera because like it's not, as I said, the chest is not as discolored as in person as it is on camera. So like the breakup between this and this looks a lot worse, but it actually looks good in person. But yeah, you can move these forward this far and also backwards quite a bit, which is so nice. I love when action figures have butterfly joints. Then you get a 90-degree what was that? You get a 90-degree bend at the shoulder and a full rotation. Though notice how it's a bit stiff when it goes upwards. I don't know why that is, but I feel like the plastic that surrounds the shoulder here is a bit too thin. Also, see that? I don't know if you can see that, but that little crack right there, I think that's not supposed to be there. This cracked, I think, when moving the shoulder, and I don't know why. It's not terrible, you don't see it if you don't look at it too much, but yeah. I don't know if it's just a my copy issue. I've never heard any other people complain about it, so I guess it's fine. You do have a bicep rotation, double jointed elbows that do bend quite nicely, and you have wrist rotation, if it would focus that. Thank you. You have wrist rotation, and you can also tilt the wrist inwards and outwards. Then you have an ab crunch, an upper ab crunch. You can go forwards, backwards, though don't go too far because there's like a gap in here that doesn't look too good, but it's not that bad if you don't force it too far. And like at this point it just starts looking unnatural if you get the bottom bend in here. That looks kind of unhealthy. Anyways, you can also tilt it, not really tilt it side to side here. You can rotate it a little bit though, so that's great. And now we get to this one. Look at this. He can go so far to the front, so far to the back, although there's also a little gap in here, so I'd be wary of that. He can tilt to the side and to the other side and rotate super smoothly. This is great. The whole waist / torso section is just great. Yeah, then moving down to the legs, they, despite having normal human proportions, which is something that Marvel Legends figures do to have actually decent articulation, he has human proportions, and he still has good articulation. So his legs can kick forward this far and back this far. This is okay. I think it's just due to the nature of the sculpt. I think that's alright. And splits test. He can do the full splits and fall over. Yeah, but the legs are great. They feel really nice to move around, and they look good while doing that. So yeah, that's a really big plus. You do have thigh swivel, double jointed knees that bend basically all the way, which is great. And then finally you have the feet that can tilt forwards, backwards, rotate up here. There's a boot swivel. And you also get some inwards and no outwards tiltage. So overall, this dude has absolutely immaculate articulation. I cannot praise this thing for how good it is, and especially like at the price point. I think in Germany they're like 25 euros, and I think like anywhere else they're also like 25 bucks in all the respective currencies, I think. And that's like for a figure like this with the accessories he comes with, the looks and the articulation is just wow. Boing. So overall impressions on this guy, I already said it at the beginning of the video, but he is just awesome. I would not say he's a perfect figure, but he's damn close to being a perfect figure with great looks, great articulation, and also pretty good accessories. The only thing I'd maybe critique is that balancing him sometimes can be a bit difficult, and like the shoulder bicep butterfly crack thing, that's not that great. But overall he is just absolutely fantastic. I would recommend you pick this up if you're a Street Fighter fan, like then definitely. And even if you're not and you're just looking for a fun figure to pose, get this guy. He's awesome. I enjoyed this figure so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. JJo's out. See you next time. Bye.